So today is the 556th weekly seminar and the 160th international seminar. Today's presenter is Ning. The floor is yours.
Okay, let me, you can see my screen now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Ning. So today I will share this paper, Hazard and Catch Composition of Ghost Fishing Gear, reviewed by a citizen science cleanup initiative. So in this paper, the researchers want to investigate the hazard and catch composition of lost fishing gear along the Norwegian coast, and they collaborate with recreational divers and to conduct systematic reporting of retrieved lost fishing gears. So in total, the divers have retrieved and reported 12,101 gears, including traps, gill nets, and pike nets. And they conclude that the 5 most hazardous gear types are polar traps, gill nets, pike nets, rest traps, and square collapsible traps. And the polar trap was the most hazardous trap due to high catchability and quantity. And they also want to know like which kind of animals influence a lot by these ghost gears. And they found the brown crab was the species most often found in retrieved gear. And European lobster and Atlantic cod were also common in the gears. And these results can inform future cleanup initiatives and management responses to ghost fishing, including prevention measures to against gear loss and gear restrictions. Okay, so this is the abstract. And since the background of this paper was based in Norway, so I would like to give you a brief intro of Norway. So Norway, the area of Norway is 380,000 kilometers, and the population is about 5.5 million. So not so many people. I know it's just like 1/10 of Korean's population, but they have a lot of fjords. They have more than 1,000 fjords, and the coastline is, so it makes their coastline super long because there are so many fjords along their coastline. Their coastline is just second to Canada. Their coastline is second in the world, and it's 100,915 kilometers, so pretty long. And since they is just near the Atlantic Ocean and the North Sea, so the resource is really abundant. So that makes Norway like a big fishing producers in the world. Their fishing industry is nice in the world, and the aquaculture is 7th in the world. And in 2023, I have a chance to go to Arendal in Norway to attend the first international conference on ghost gears. So this conference is held by the Institute of Marine Research. And this is the first author of this paper is just from this institute. And this event is also co-hosted by the Directorate of Fisheries of Norway. So it's like Norway's fishing management authorities. The conference is not so big. It's just like 70 people, and mostly are from Nordic countries, and also some from European countries and also United States. But there are very, very few people from East Asia, one from Thailand and me from Taiwan and another researcher from Japan. So in this conference, the focus is science and management, retrieval technology, public awareness, and prevention of loss. So in this conference, I learned a lot of Norway's action against ghost gears. So in today's seminar, I will share like more information beyond this paper with you. Okay, and so I just give you a brief intro of Norway's condition. And since Norway has a very abundant fishery and its coastline is very, very long, so the marine debris issue is very significant in Norway. They are 30,000 fishermen, and they have about 60,000 boats, but most of them, 90% of these boats, the length of boats are less than 15 meters. So you can see, like, most boats are very small boats, and they also have a very thriving recreational fishery. So not only commercial fishermen, but also recreational fishery is very popular. So that makes they also create a lot of ghost gear in their seas. Okay, so you may know that there is a fishing for litter program in Europe. In Norway, they also have this program. So in 2016 to 2017, they had a pilot program, and they invite fishermen and fishing boats to collect and bring back marine debris. And this program is currently implemented by a consulting company. So you can see the map at the right-hand side. So since Norway's coastline is super, super long, so this program only like 11 ports, but it's already across like the whole coastline of Norway. And there are 120 ships join. So not so many, because we just mentioned there are like about 6,000 boats in Norway, but they collect really a lot marine debris. In 2022, these boats have collected 240 tons. Compared to Canada, I just mentioned Canada has the most longest coastline in the world. Canada only collect 60 tons. So compared to Norway, these Norwegian fishermen really did a good job. And when they brought back these marine debris, they were put into category, and they were identified is from local or from foreign resource, from local or foreign source. And until 2023, they have already collected more than 1,000 tons. So it's really impressive by their work. So you can see after they brought back the debris from the sea, there will be a tag on the back. So the consulting company, they distribute these garbage classification guidelines to fishermen, and this program also somehow changed fishermen's understanding of marine waste. So before this program, fishermen maybe they don't have how to deal with their garbage on board, but because they joined this program, they start to think and they start to implement a new procedure of how to manage their garbage on their ship. There are still some criticism, critic, and such as not so many delivery points in the port, but because this program is funded by the government, and the cleaning company will take those debris for free. So fishermen still want to join this kind of program, but from the government side, they are also worried one day if they don't have this kind of funding, will the fishermen still want to join this program? Will fishermen still want to use their time to taking the debris from seafloor? They doubt for this. So currently recycling is feasible, but has challenge. So we can take a look at what kind of debris they bring back. So you can see a lot of these kind of very large traps or cage. So because they are made of iron or metal, so this kind of stuff can can be recycled, but some debris maybe it's too rusty, they cannot be recycled. So they use this kind of big bag to arrange their debris, and the cleaning company will take the logistic part of this debris. Okay, so here, I just share some background information of Norwegian fisheries and their program. So we just mentioned that the population of Norway is 5.5 million, and there are about 6,000 boats. Would you like to guess how many recreational fishermen are there in Norway? The population is about 5.5 million. Would you want to give a guess?
1 million.
2 million?
600.
600. Okay, the answer is 2 million.
Wow.
So I'm so surprised. That means like one third of their population are recreational fishermen. So like almost everyone in the conference, when they start to like share, they say, "Oh, by the way, I'm a fisherman."
Oh, okay. So we wish we also fishermen in a way.
Yeah. Okay. So back to this paper. So in this study, the study object is the gears retrieved by the recreational divers, and they will identify the gear and catch composition for different gear types, and they will take a look at the relative hazard of different fishing gears. And this information will inform management to reduce the impact of ghost fishing on population of fish and crustaceans. And this will also give a guide to prioritize in the future cleanup efforts. And I think one of the key elements in this study is the value of citizen science participation. And this study can also provide suggestions for enhancing reporting and data in the future. Okay, so I just mentioned citizen science takes a crucial part in this study. So how do citizen scientists get involved? Nowadays, the participation of citizen science is become more and more popular and more important. So if your study has limited budget and you want to increase the time and space breeders of research, citizen scientists are always researchers' good strategy to work with, but there are also some things to consider, such as the limited training. If you don't have time to train all the citizen scientists, the data accuracies and the credibility may be not as good as you want. So in this study, they mentioned that there may be some high variability in data accuracy, and the data quality also depends on the experience of the citizen scientist. And we also have to consider the complexity of sampling and reporting. So the best strategy is to set simple tasks and invite experienced people to join a citizen scientist to work with the research team. So who are these experienced people? In this paper, they mentioned that experienced people are in a specific field. They put much more effort than the average person. So in other words, they have a lot of love for this specific item or the specific field. So if we work with these experienced people, they will bring high quality information to the study because they care this issue so much. So you just give them some training or some guidelines, they can deliver the text really well. Okay, and in this study, they work with recreational divers. So there are a lot of diving clubs along Norway, and these the all cleanup actions are coordinated by the Norwegian Diving Association. So when the divers, they found a ghost gear, they take a photo and they remove and then report. So they are, in total, there are 12,228 items in this study. So the government also gives some subsidies for these divers. So if they remove small items, they will get US $22. If it's large items, they get $45 US. And mostly in this research is they are recreational divers, but sometimes they also use other assistance such as ROV or other technical assistance to help them to locate or remove the ghost gears. Okay, so you can see the map. So mainly like mainly at the middle to southern part, especially the southern western part of coastline. Okay. And about the reporting, first of all, they use paper sheet from 2015 to 2018, and later they develop an app for divers to report data. And the divers will record longitude and latitude and also photos. And after the revision of the app, it newly added the depths, the seabed condition, slope, ropes, and floats, and whether they are organisms, and they have to also to record if live or dead. And they also set 5 animal categories, including brown crab, lobsters, wrasse, Atlantic cod, and other fish. And because it's only five animal categories, so divers should be able to identify these five fish species, and whether the animal is living or dead, they will be released into the sea. Okay, and in this study, they have identified nine types of traps. So you can see they are the polar trap, crayfish trap, round collapsible trap, and so total 9 traps. And all photos are reviewed by the researchers from the more than 10,000 photos, and they have removed about 600 photos that they cannot identify which kind of trap. So I think it's really a labor-intense work. So the researchers also hope that in the future they want to use machine learning or AI to help researchers to identify these different types of traps. Okay, so here I put the target species and the traps for you to like understand better. So first of all is the European lobster. So they have a fishing period for European lobsters and also have a catch limits for it. And both the polar traps and collapsible traps, they use these 2 traps to catch the European lobster. And another one is the brown crab, and you can fish brown crab for a whole year. For commercial fishing, there's no limits. For recreational fishermen is 20 traps. So both these 2 traps, they can catch these 2 species. And here is the wrasse family. So they use this kind of small fish to help to remove some organisms in their aquaculture salmon pod. So for this wrasse family, the fishing period is from July to October. In the southern eastern coastlines, it's up to 100 traps, and for the west coast is 400 traps. So they use this kind of big square trap and the like nets to catch the wrasse family. Okay, and the last one is the Atlantic cod. So this one they use the general nets, pike nets, and these large square traps to catch it. And Atlantic cod is very common, and it's a very big fishing industry in the Nordic. So it's also very important for Norway's fishing economics. Okay, so let's look at the tables and figures. So from table 1, so in total there are 12,101 lost fishing gear reported, and they identify 11,503 items. So less than 3% are not identified, and the depths of these reported of these reports, it's from 0 to 200, and there is the mean is 22.4 meters. Okay, so among these reports, 34.4% there is no rope, and 42.4% is only rope, and 23.2% has both ropes and buoys. And in the beginning, I shared that the researchers want to know that which type of gears are most hazardous. So we can look at the figure at left-hand side first. So this figure shows the number of retrieved lost fishing gear for each gear type. So you can see the square collapsible traps has the most number of it, is almost 30%, and the parlor trap is the second, it's 22%. And now we can take a look at the figure at right-hand side. So the proportion of gear containing catch by the gear type. So in this figure, we can see the parlor trap content catch more than 5 times as the square collapsible trap. So although the square collapsible trap has the most number of this kind of fishing gears in the sea, but the catch it contains is very little. And there are also some other gears containing a lot of catch except to the parlor trap, and they are the wrasse traps and gill nets. Okay. And they also take a look at the average number of live and dead individuals caught per gear items for all gear types. So in this figure, they found that the wrasse traps contain the most live and individuals on average, and the wrasses and brown crabs accounting for a large proportion of the catch. And the brown crab was the species most often found in the retrieved gear, both live and dead. It's especially dominate the dead part of the catch, and while the gill nets, you can see the figure at the right-hand side. The longest bar is the gill net. So the gill net contains the most dead catch per gear item. Okay, so they analysis the data I just shared, and they found out that the parlor trap is the most hazardous. It has the it is the highest for the normalized hazard ratio, combining both data on catch ratio and quantity. And parlor traps are 3 times more hazardous than gill nets. And so you can see the figure 5, at the bottom, the parlor trap has the longest length, and the second to the fourth are the gill net, pike net, and rat traps. They don't have like huge difference between these 3, but you can see the parlor trap is the most hazardous among the 9 traps they study in this paper. And there was a temporal change in the composition of retrieved gear for the 5 most hazardous gear types, with increasing proportion of rat trap and gill nets. So you can see the top 2, the pink one is the square collapsible trap, and the orange one is the parlor trap. So it really has a big change. But the blue one, the rat trap, and the gill net, this turkey blue one, gill nets, is increasing. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, and you may notice that. So do you know the SpongeBob animation? So in the Krusty Krab is actually just the parlor trap we in this study, which is the most hazardous among all the ghost gears in this paper. I feel so funny. Okay, so I sum up the key findings in these papers. So the most hazardous gear types, the parlor traps are the most hazardous, with a risk 3 times higher than gill nets. And rat traps and gill nets also have high catchability. Rat traps capture the most live animals per item due to small escape openings. The proportion of rat traps and gill nets has increased over time, indicating potential for higher ghost fishing impacts in the future. And the species that impact by these ghost gears, the ground crab was the most commonly found species in those gear, present in all gear types. And the European lobster is also significantly affected by the ghost fishing. The cod, because the population is declining, it's frequently found in square and rat traps. And the rat species are primarily caught in the rat traps and pike nets. Okay. And they also want to have some recommendation for future fishing management. So they compile their regulation currently in these current years. So from 2018 to 2022, so these 4 fisheries have introduced the escape panels with degradable cotton thread, and because they want the animals have the chance to escape from the ghost gears. So they put this into regulation, and they expect to reduce the hazard ratios over time. And there is a new regulations require name and address tag on fixed fishing gears to track the loss. And here is the photo I took from their port, from a very small port. So you can see the parlor trap. There is a tag on it. So on this tag, they will have the fisherman. They will have the boat, the name of the boat, fishermen's names, address, and phone numbers. And inside this trap, they use the 3 mm cotton thread, so it will decompose. If the gear is lost in the sea, the cotton thread will be decomposed within 3 to 4 months. So hopefully, if there is any animals inside the trap, it can escape by that time. Okay, and this is the recommendation for ghost fishing management. So, so the target retrieval efforts on the, so they should put target retrieval efforts on the most hazardous gear types, such as the pollock traps, gill nets, rat trap, and they also recommend to have the future regulations on the maximum number of gear per fisher and some technical modification to reduce hazard levels, like to monitor the efficiency of escape panels and addressing degradation time if necessary. Okay, and there is also some challenges and improvements. So the research team have a challenge in estimating ghost fishing mortality. And they also lack of data on gear loss rates and density of lost gear. And they also found out many recovered gear items may have been lost before the regulatory changes. So the gears they found maybe existed there for a long time. And the decomposition rates impact estimates. And because they see the dead brown crabs persist longer than fish. And some animals may use the lost gear as shelter rather than being caught, but it will also influence the ecological system underwater. For the improvement of citizen science and data collection, so they use the diverse reports from 2019 to 2020 to calculate hazard ratios, and they found out those divers have very high motivation beyond economic incentive. So just like I mentioned, these divers are very experienced persons, so they love the ocean or they love the animals. So they the money, the subsidies for them is not a priority. They really want to do something for the ocean. So that makes me really impressed. And they also put some challenging of data identification. So they hope that in the future they can use AI or machine learning to identify the trap type, so it can save a lot of time of human labor. And the catch reporting improved in mobile app, and the accuracy in species identification assume high for European lobster and brown crab. Okay. Okay, I think that's all. Do you have any questions for this paper?
Thank you, Yanning, for very interesting presentation and also the additional information. Okay, the floor is open for questions.
Thank you, Yanning. This paper is very comparatively simple but well designed to compare the results from various type of gears and the mortality rate, and we can understand the hazard ratio from the lost gear types. It is very practical and useful information for us to follow. And most of all, I want to show the picture of app they are using. So may I share my screen now?
Yes, okay.
in in supplementary material, they are providing the capture the picture of the app, the frisky biscuit. I found out I happened to meet this app when I study about the gear loss reporting system of the Norway and Nordic countries. They are using this app, but this app can be also used for collecting data from underwater cleanup. So this is very simple and well structured. So we can follow this structure. So you can understand that cleanup divers start with this menu and search their group, diving club, and then the time and place, and they can register the condition and register the information on log, anything in tools like wildlife, and then they can register imaging. So it is very simple and but well structured, so we can get many practical information from this kind of app. So now Ocean is considering a new app for underwater cleanup divers. So this information is very good for us. So we can follow this step and do underwater cleanup with the recreational divers and conduct some citizens science program with this approach. That's it from me.
Those are very interesting insights. Are there any more questions from the floor? Comments? Yes.
Thank you, Ning. Like Jose said, this paper was really well written, well designed, and well written, and it has a lot of information for us. First of all, in this paper, they found the traps are the most dangerous items for the marine animals, and they did in the kinds of what kinds of traps are more specifically dangerous. In our case, gillet is more dangerous than traps in Korean seas. Ocean published a paper about that. It's just released through Marine Pollution Bulletin. And I just wonder how your situation in Taiwan, how is your condition, like gillet or traps? Which one would be more dangerous in Taiwanese waters? Do you have any information?
There hasn't, we don't have research, like we don't have solid evidence on that. But I also assume that in Taiwan, gill nets may be more hazardous than the crab traps. Because like no matter which ports, they are gill nets, so gill nets everywhere, and sometimes small scale fishermen, so like artisanal fishermen, they use small gill nets, but they are so when the season change or they want to target different fish, they use larger gill nets. So I think gill nets may be like more hazardous in Taiwan, but we haven't have this kind of research. And our fisheries agency, they also apply the gear marking measures on the crab traps since I think last year or this year, but they didn't conduct a research on like what's the hazardous ratio of crab traps. So maybe I can suggest them to conduct this kind of research because I'm also very interested in it. But I think our like crab traps are not as many as Korean. So we only have crab fishery in a very certain area. And nowadays, because the Chinese ship try to like sail in those waters. So for those crab fishermen, they are worried about the conflict between military with or some conflict between Chinese vessel. Then they are worried about the loss rates of their crab traps. So that's the sharing from my side.
Thank you for sharing. And years ago, Ocean and Indigo Waters tried to do some project to have research on gillet loss. So you remember?
Yes,
After that, we followed another surveys for crab fishermen using gillets under the FAO's guideline. So we surveyed 126 fishermen to listen about gear loss rate and the main cause of gear loss. So maybe Taiwan and Korea have some common issue about gillets. So maybe we need to develop co-project to do the research continuously. So
yeah, we can.
example, yes, 2 years ago we did the crab one type of crab fisherman for gear loss rate. So we need to enlarge the targets to other gillet use fishers. So that kind of design will be necessary for us, both for us. And I have another thing to ask. Do you have many other gear marking examples? Not in outside the Norway. If you have, please share the examples, gear marking examples, because we have the policy of gear marking, but Korean fishermen don't actively participate that policy and having gear marks on their gears. So it's more information. If you have, would you share?
I don't have.
So in your slides, Norwegian gear marks looks like paper, coating paper. Is it true? It's a plastic.
I think that may be plastic.
Plastic panel.
Yeah.
I see.
Mm.
Thank you.
Okay, if no more question, thank you, Sunny, for your feedback. So if you don't have further question, I have some more slides to share about the Norwegian diving. There's one from.
Thank you, Miss Presenter. Ning. My name is Thorbjørnsen. Yeah, I have enjoyed the seminar for some time, but this is very nice presentation by you and good papers. And I really like the, I did the citizen science project for the beach cleanup to see the effect of the cleaning by the hotel operators. And right now I am working with the fiddler crab, the big craw fiddler crab in a muddy ecosystem, muddy beach near university in southern Thailand. And I saw that, yeah, when this is, I now get more concerned about that kind of the ghost fishing gear that as the last issue about the gill nets. In the local bay, we have the blue swimming crabs. It's a kind of a bank, a crab bank. So now they do a lot of that by the artisanal fishermen. But I can see, I'm not sure about the problem at sea. It's a shallow water in the bay. But as I can see, the gill net affect to the fiddler crab that they attach to the nets that I can see on the beach during the low tide. And also many of the ropes that attach to the tree, the small young mangrove tree, and also to the wooden bridge. That's what I observe. And yeah, I think I would like to, as the supplements paper that I see that is very interesting, giving nice and clear and infographic things. And maybe I try to do similar thing for monitoring the fishing gear or the rope that at least left on the beach or on the coastline. Yeah, because I'm also the ICC coordinator in the local area. And maybe one question I would like to ask for your comment or your opinion is, you're talking about what you call compostable nets.
Collapsible.
Cotton thread.
It's not a plastic thing, because sorry, my concern is the last plastic get decay and get into the microplastic. So in Thailand, on the wooden bridge, they use that kind of the rope, the old rope, 4 or 5 years from the other purpose, and then used to tie the wooden bridge. But then I can see many breakable that thing, and then small tiny thing that's affect to the local area. But then I used to read in the probably in a kind of a Norwegian paper that's talk about the decomposed thing that but you say it maybe in 4 or 5 months it will be
The cotton part of the trap.
Yeah, that's the cotton, not plastic. Cotton thread.
Would that be possible that to use to introduce it to the fishermen, maybe because of the strength and the thing that it's not strong enough for that thing?
When I visit Norway, I found a thing that surprised me a lot. They also concerned that the plastic will break into microplastic, as you mentioned. So they are thinking the powder trap we just saw in this paper. They are thinking maybe they want to use the wood made by wood, the wooden trap to replace these plastic or like plastic and metal traps in the future. I'm so surprised because in Taiwan it's like not possible, because we are like very hot, and in the subtropical, if it's wooden or cotton, it will decompose very soon. But maybe in Norway, because they have a lot of forests, so they can afford a wooden trap, and the cotton thread maybe decompose not as fast as in the subtropical area. So I think if fishermen wants to have alternative options, it really needs negotiation and pilot program for them, because like our fishermen in Taiwan, they hesitate to use new alternative or like more durable fishing gears for them because they worry a lot of things. If it's too expensive for them to afford, or is it good for them to use? So I think it really needs a long time to discuss and to like work with those fishermen. Yeah, that's from my experience.
Thank you. I think it will be a very good idea for have a 100% compostable gears like wooden with the cotton rope instead of all the plastic. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Ning, you can continue your slides.
Okay, so I give you a quick okay. So in the paper I just shared, they talk about the recreational divers. So because I went to Norway for the conference, so here I give you a quick introduction on their underwater cleanup. It's really impressive. So we just mentioned in this paper, all the cleanup activities are coordinated by the Norwegian Diving Association. So there are 53 clubs across Norway, and since 2015, they have removed more than 7,000 ghost gears. And I am really impressive is their practice and their actions. So in 2023, these divers, they went underwater twice a week. And you can see at the photos below, even it's snow and there's a lot of ice, they still do diving. I'm so impressed. So in 2023, they are nearly 100 removal operations. And you see these volunteers divers is a total nearly 3,000 volunteer hours. So in total, in 2023 only, they they remove more than 1,500 pieces. And they also remove these oversized batteries and car tires, a lot of big things. And this is some photos for your reference. So this kind of very large square traps we just saw in our paper, and you can see there are a lot of brown crabs. They are entangled within the nets. And this is how they do it. So they have a big ship, a mother ship, and also some small ship. So when the divers they went on underwater diving, they use the airbag to float those heavy things up, and the men who are on the small boats they went to collect this. So really very labor intense work, and they do it like they are so proud of what their work. And so here we can have a closer look. So they have a mother boat and a small boat, and the boat they have a multi-beam sonar on board. So before they go out, they will use the multi-beam sonar to scanning the underwater condition. I'm so surprised. I feel their practice is such a high technology. And you see the left top the photo at the left top, there is a there is an orange thing. So that thing they put on the boat. So that thing is they can track the divers underwater. So it's more for divers safety. And they even have a underwater motorcycle. So after they use the multi-beam sonar to scan the underwater condition, and when the divers go underwater, they can use the underwater motorcycle to speed up the divers can go further underwater to look at more space. And because at the beginning someone borrow them a boat, and because they thought, oh, it's too dirty to make a mess, so the divers they decide to buy a boat by themselves. I'm so surprised and so impressed by their passion, and because they're these kind of actions, so there is a waste company, they sponsor the garbage bins and excavators on board. So, and these divers are so humble, they said, oh, there is not much work underwater. This is more challenging to do it on the boat or on the land. So they are very passionate and humble, and like they are very hardcore activists. Okay, so here is a video, you can take a look. So this is the mother boat. So you see they have the like more high-tech things, the multiple beam sonar. And at the left-hand side, this is a small boat. So this boat, they will collect the cages, the traps. When they see at the sea surface, they will go to pick up that. And this is they are all very heavy. So I'm really impressive. They think, oh, it's nothing, it's not much work. I just pick up it. But for me, it's like super heavy and super labor intense work, but it seems nothing for them. So I'm really very, very surprised. Okay, so you can see you normally only one man working on this small boat. Okay. Okay, so this is how they do it. So they have a big boat and a small boat, as I just mentioned. And the big boat, they have a crane on board, so they can, if the blow gears are too heavy, they will use that to transfer the debris from the boat to the land. And you can see in the middle, the top middle photo. So this is the garbage bin sponsored by the waste company. And when it is full, the company will they will transfer this to the recycling area or to the other area. So I'm really impressed. And at the right hand side and below, you see many circle colorful thing. That's the flipple. That's like a kind of toy. They found it near the recreational village, but you can see it's all snow. So even at the winter, they still do underwater diving. I feel, wow, very impressed. Okay, so that's it. That's what I see their work when I attend the seminar, and I feel it's very worth to share with a lot of people. So that's why I prepare additional slides for you. So that's it from my side.
Thank you.